Get your name and title.
Police Commissioner Patrick J. Ryder.
Okay, and we are talking about the Theresa Fusco case. There was a big break in a cold case over 40 years, and we're talking about a new suspect that wasn't seemingly on the radar. What can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you that, first of all, I grew up in that community, and I knew all of the three players that were originally arrested: Restivo, Halstead, and Kogut.
Hold on, let me just move this right here.
I know all three of them: Restivo, Halstead, Kogut. When they were arrested, obviously, Kogut confessed to those murders. It was on video, done by the district attorney's office, and he had included the other two people that were involved in that case, Halstead and Restivo. The problem in that case was when later on DNA testing came into place, the district attorneys, and along with our homicide unit, pushed that to be tested. It got tested and matched the individual that has now been arrested and been charged. That morning when she came to work, she was upset. She got on the phone, she hung up the phone. After that, people say she was fired, some people say she was told to leave, but she left that day, and then it was outside where she was confronted in the van and pulled into the van. This is how the story goes, as was told by Kogut to the investigators and to the district attorney's office. Now the problem is, as you go forward, DNA testing shows that the DNA was not theirs. The charge at the time was murder 1, with the contributing factor being rape 1. Now if the DNA doesn't match, this is where you have the problem with the case. So the district attorney's office, along with homicide, kept pursuing to find out where that DNA belongs. Now the arrest that was just made matches that individual. He is now been arrested. He has been charged with that murder and rape. And now going forward, will it go to trial, or will he come forward? It's going to be up to the district attorney's office.
So what's the situation with the other two teenagers that went missing around the same time, Jacqueline and Kelly?
Yeah, Jacqueline, Kelly, and I knew Kelly. I did not know Jacqueline, but Jacqueline's body was found alongside of a golf course. Clothing in that case was recovered a little bit later and put into a police booth, and then later that clothing was lost in the evidence part. Kelly, we never found. We've done extensive searches for Kelly around the area where Mr. Halstead lived. We continue to look, and hopefully one day we'll recover that body. If that body is not there and she is alive somewhere, well, hopefully she'll come forward for the family for closure. But we believe that she was killed, and it was right around the same time of the other two going missing and also being found murdered. So there's a missing piece there. Time, science, hopefully will tell us.
I mean, what went through your mind? So you not only are the police commissioner of Nassau County, you also grew up in the area. You knew these people, the suspects and the victims. So what has this been like for you?
It's been something that gnaws at you all the time. You know, like I came on the job in the city of New York in '84. These murders were in '85. '86, I came out to Nassau County. I knew when the individuals got arrested. I know the owner of the van when the van got stopped. It was a very tight-knit community back then, and still is. Lynbrook's a great community. And I know the Restivos. I knew Kogut very well. I played ball with Kogut. We pick up baseball games. I did not know Halstead that well, but I did know of him. I worked in the 7-Eleven across the street from where this all went down. So hopefully there is closure that goes for the family. A great job by the district attorney's office getting it, along with homicide, keep pursuing it and getting it done.
Is Richard Bilodeau's DNA being tested against any evidence with Jacqueline?
His DNA will be tested against all evidence of all open cases.
Right.
And when it goes into that DNA database, anything that is in there that's been put in there by law enforcement, it automatically goes and checks all the evidence that's out there.
Right. I mean, because we've been working with the LISK case for so long, and now people are wondering, could this be another serial killer?
Well, I guess the time will tell us. This individual now sitting in jail will have to make determinations of himself. Maybe he comes forward and maybe he cooperates and tells us the story that happened that night or that day or whatever happened with him and Theresa. And maybe there's a connection of the other two missing, and he can come forward with that, which would be giving family closure after 40 years is important.
Lastly, while I have you, and I know that the LISK case is all about Suffolk County, and Tierney's in charge of that, but there are Nassau County connections. You're actively working with the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, because people are talking about things heating up in Nassau County, talking about Tanya Jackson, talking about Tatiana, the baby, and talking about possibly Karen Vergata. That there's been rumblings about those cases getting charges.
These are active investigations. Our homicide working with the district attorney here in Nassau, and partnering up and cooperating with also the Suffolk DA, Ray Tierney. Ray's a great friend, also a great prosecutor, working with Ann Donnelly's office, trying to figure out what's the best plan when you go after these things. You want to make sure it's right. You don't want to make sure that you overpromise and don't deliver. And Ray Tierney and Ann Donnelly have been in discussions along with myself and Kevin Catalina out in Suffolk. We're going to do what's best for the victims and to do what's right for the closure of these cases.
Is there any chance we will see a closure on the cases known as Peaches and her daughter and Karen by the end of the year?
I will tell you that we are giving it 100% of the Nassau County Police Department's involvement. We're close. We're working hard with the district attorney's office, and we want to make sure it's done right. That's our problem right now. We want to make sure with everything going on out there, all the cases going on, you want to make sure you got it right, because you don't want to give that family false hope. You want to make sure that it's done right.
All right. Any other cold cases that you're looking into that could correlate with the Long Island serial killer case?
We keep all of our options open. We continue to look at evidence. We continue to dive into it. Ray Tierney's office has done a fabulous job of making sure that they're digging into the evidence that they have, and we're going to follow through with the same.
Okay. Anything else you want to add that I didn't ask you about these two cases?
No.
Are they connected in any way? Is there any thought that there could be?
Which two?
The Bilodeau case with Fusco, the two missing girls from the 80s, and LISK.
I think our 80s case, I think the three of them have a connection somewhere. We'd like to know what that is. We don't know what it is. I'd tell you. Maybe I wouldn't tell you. but we really don't know what the connection is, but I believe there is. I grew up in that community. I knew these people. I knew Kelly. I knew Theresa. I knew Kogut. I knew Restivo. I lived across the street from them. So there's a lot in my history that, and I know every single person that was interviewed over the years regarding the case, and I knew the homicide investigators, and they did a great. I knew Volpe was a great detective, Mike O'Leary, and a couple of others that have done since have worked on that case. Hopefully, we get closure.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Nassau County Police Commissioner Pat Ryder here. I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.